Welcome to the Soulfire Podcast, where every day we talk about real life, real shit, real raw. On this show, you can expect us to dive deep into topics like marriage, parenting, money, business, feeling like you want to give up, fighting for yourself, just straight soul healing. This podcast is all about life. Hey there, it's Power Coach Alishia here, your source of fun, funny, exciting, entertaining, and educational life coaching, transformational speaking, and soul healing. We're talking about setting your soul on fire. I specialize in helping women put themselves first without feeling guilty, getting out of their own way, and finding themselves again. No fluff, no hand-holding, no bullshit here, just love, light, and peace as we journey through this thing called life. Welcome back to the Soulfire Podcast, and today's episode is actually going to be one of my recently most popular lives that I did in my Soul Tribe community, all about how to stop spiraling when life happens. I noticed that was happening a lot in December, and so I did that training and it got a lot of traction, and I thought, you know what, it would be perfect for that to be a podcast episode. So I hope you enjoy it and that it helps you as you move throughout this month and the first quarter of the year, and not spiraling as life is happening around you, and giving you more of your power back. So without further ado, here's how to stop spiraling when life happens. Welcome to your weekly Soul Tribe session. This week, we are talking all about how to stop spiraling when life happens. I am Power Coach Alishia. We are talking all about how to stop spiraling. Your source of fun, funny, exciting, entertaining, and educational, plus life transformational speaking and soul coaching with a twist of tough mama bear, no fluff, no hand-holding, no bullshit love. I specialize in teaching you how to get out of your own way, stop sabotaging yourself, and find yourself again. So like I said, today we are talking all about how to stop spiraling when life happens. All right, I had to get some water. I'm going to go ahead and get the text message sent out, and then we are going to rock and roll. Oh, my chair's stuck on something. So if you are watching this live with me, please say hi to me in the comments. If you're watching this on replay, shout out replay in the comments. That would be great. Okay. This week. Come on, you can do it. Stop spiraling. Okay. So I just need to get the text sent out. Yes. If you're on replay, I'll go as fast as I can so we can get the show on the road. Come on. Perfect. Yay. Sending message. And we are good to go. All right. Hi, Carolyn. Yay. Yes. So if you are live with me, say hi to me in the comments. If you're on replay, drop hashtag replay in the comments. I would love that. Okay. So we're talking about how to stop spiraling when life happens. Okay. So let's talk about a little bit of, I did a live today on my personal profile, and I want to bring that into today's session because I think it's so important. So what happens when there are shit storms is what I call the spiral effect, right? The compound effect. So first is shit storm, then another shit storm, right? That starts happening. So there's one shit storm, and then there's the compound effect, which is more shit storms, and then you spiral. That's usually the steps. Shitstorm, compound effect, a shit ton more shit storms, and then spiraling. So let's talk about shitstorm. So something happens. Let's say your husband goes to get pizza, calls you and tells you the car won't start. True story. Did happen a week and a half ago, maybe just a week ago. Like, he didn't tell me which car. So I was thinking it was our 2008 BMW. All right. We knew that there's some things needed to be fixed. No big. Yeah. I find out it's our 2014 Ford Flex. Like, what the fuck, right? So boom, shitstorm. And this is already after multiple things have already happened. So actually our first shitstorm is like, I need tires next week because we have 2 bald ones on the front. Okay, get the tires. Next shitstorm, we need tires on the back or we can't drive the Flex to Mesquite, Nevada. Okay, get them ordered. Next shitstorm, tires don't come in enough time. We've got to take your BMW. Okay, that's not really the worst thing, but there's not a lot of space, right? Next shitstorm, come back, goes to get pizza. Now the Flex won't start. Right? Shitstorm. So then it starts to compound where they keep happening and then you spiral at the end. But the very first shitstorm is what depicts what happens after that. And what usually happens is it sets you on a frequency of, damn it, like, why does shit always have to happen? Why does this always have to happen to me? Why right? That's what happens is you get set on this frustration path, this frustration frequency because something happened. Okay. Now that you're on that frequency, the universe goes, okay, you're here. Your mind's here. Your emotions are here. Your frustration's here. Your focus is here. This is what you're talking about. So you must want more of this to happen. Compound effect. One thing after another. So when you don't shift and stop yourself from spiraling, compound effect happens. Or don't shift, then compound effect happens and you end up spiraling, right? The only thing that can happen when you spiral is it gets worse. So our goal is to not get to spiral. Our ultimate goal is to not even have the compound effect happen. But you got to catch that so fucking fast or it's going to take hold. Does this make sense to you? Shout out yes in the comments if you're connecting to what I'm saying here. So we go from shitstorm to compound effect to spiral. But you see it as shitstorm, everything's falling apart, spiral, right? Because you weren't paying attention to the compound effect that happens. So let's talk about what needs to happen in that space of the compound effect. You have to shift yourself off of that frequency. If you don't shift off that frequency, the compound effect will happen and you will spiral. Now, spiraling, there's different levels. So it is bad, no matter how you look at it. A spiral is not a good thing, okay? It is bad because you're thinking negative thoughts. This sucks. I can't believe this happens to me. We can't afford this. What are we going to do for Christmas? We spent over $1,000 in random shit of the compound effect because I didn't catch myself, right? I didn't catch myself in enough time, I should say. So over $1,000 in the compound effect. And here's the deal. When you get into the spiral, it continues the compound effect. So now you're talking all this shit. You're frustrated. All this is happening. Why is this happening? We can't afford it. Now we can't buy Christmas. Now we can't buy this for Christmas. We can't buy that for Christmas. What are we going to do? We don't have enough money. I owe out this much money and this is not coming in and da-da-da-da-da. That's spiraling. Now, sometimes spiraling can look like just saying it. Sometimes spiral could be anger, frustration, irritability. Spiral could be crying, upset, like distraught, hopeless, right? There's different levels of spiraling just depending on your personality. But the key is to stop it from happening before it happens. The spiral. You got to stop that. You got to stop the compounding. So, isn't it time that you stop sabotaging yourself, stop being everything to everyone, and actually do the work to find yourself again? Because I am here right now inviting you to take me by the hand and say yes to yourself. Because you're either going to stay exactly where you are, feeling the way you feel, and continually spiraling down, or you've had enough and you're ready for a change. My amazing Soul Circle program is exactly what you need in order to get the bi-weekly dose of power to fight for yourself a little more and to move to those next levels of your personal power. It is an implementation-based personal growth accelerator that helps you go from feeling powerless, disconnected, exhausting yourself, being everything to everyone else, letting yourself go, barely hanging in there sort of life, into putting simple processes in place, using tools and strategies that help you step into your personal power, unleash your inner badass, and put yourself first without feeling guilty, unapologetically authentic. Soul Circle is all about helping you renew, rebalance, rebuild, reclaim, rekindle, and recharge you. Soul stands for set a strong foundation for your mindset to create a harmony in your life. Overcome what really has you stuck so you can free yourself of guilt and people pleasing once and for all. Unleash your inner badass. Live as the person you know you are instead of editing yourself for those around you because you feel like you have to. And then learn where to invest your time so that you feel peaceful, connected, and like you again. This is a life acceleration membership that's implementation based with support, no excuse accountability, and a community of like-minded women who are finding themselves and stepping into their power as well. Soul Circle is for you. If you're sick of procrastinating, fear failure, you don't ever feel like you're good enough, you are full of self-doubt, you are constantly sabotaging yourself, you feel like you need to people please, you put yourself last, you feel exhausted, overwhelmed, and stressed, you continually give even when you have nothing left, you wear your strength as a badge of honor, but you also feel defeated, and you are a fighter, yet sick of fighting because you don't know how to stop. And it's definitely for you if you're pissed off, frustrated, overwhelmed, annoyed, scared, and you can't seem to wrap your head around when you got to this place or how you got stuck. I would love to welcome you to my Soul Circle membership program because it is exactly what you need to continue taking those consistent steps forward to shifting your life, stepping into your personal power, unleashing your inner badass, and yes, finding yourself again. To learn more and sign up, go to soulcircle.life. Again, that's soulcircle.life. We need tires. Okay, no problem. When the first thing happens, this is the biggest challenge. When the first thing happens, you're not thinking that the compound is coming. So you do nothing. You just take care of it. Whatever, no big deal. If that's how you think of it, that's how I thought of it. No big deal. We need back tires before we can go to Mesquite. Okay, we'll figure it out. No problem. Still no big deal. I was not on the thought process that things were compounding yet. So by the time I realized compounding, there'd been way too many things that had happened. However, I want you to pay attention. When something catches you, write this down. When something catches you off guard, like you weren't expecting said thing to happen, it's time to shift frequency. So you need tires, shift frequency right after that. Obviously, handle it with like that thought process. Okay, no big deal. We'll take care of it. We've got the money. We'll figure it out. Right? And then get off that frequency. All right. That's what you have got to do so today, I want you to focus on this. It's not about the how to get off the frequency right now. It's about the three things, right? Shitstorm, compound, spiral. Shitstorm may not look like a shitstorm. This is what I want you to notice here. Okay. Could just look like need new front tires. Okay. That is a cue, shift frequency right then. That's a cue. Take it from me. Just because you were good with it, you didn't have the bad attitude about it, you didn't let it upset you, piss you off, you had a can-do, we've got this attitude, doesn't mean you shifted off that frequency. You're on an energetic frequency for more shit to happen. So you got to shift. That's what I'm telling you, right? So first thing happens. Okay. All right. That's your note that you're on the wrong frequency. Okay. So you got to shift. Dude, I didn't pay attention and more shit happens. Now we're into compound effect. Okay. If let's say you were like me and you didn't pay attention and you get into compound effect. Okay. Time to shift. Okay, now these things have compounded. Got to get off this frequency. So same thing. You got to shift, but now you've got to do more shifting action because more things have happened and you're more strong on that frequency. Both, if you do it at shitstorm, compound doesn't happen. If you do it at compound, spiral doesn't happen. Once you get to spiral, this hole is way deeper and you've got to take a lot more action to dig yourself out of being on that frequency. So the whole intention here is to not get to spiral. And the only way you don't get to spiral is staying actively aware of the frequency you're on. How do you stay actively aware of the frequency you're on? Pay attention. When the first thing happens, that's your note you're on the wrong frequency, right? That's your note that things need to shift. There are so many tools that you can use to shift. And inside of my soul retreat that I'm going to do, it's a 2-day retreat that is coming up in the next few weeks. I am going to be teaching you how to shift and use some of these techniques through the frequencies, right? To get to the next frequency and to shift off of where you are. In this soul retreat, we're talking about how to eliminate that overwhelm, how to stop yourself from shutting down, sticking your head in the sand, quote unquote, and avoiding the shit that is your life. Now, the Soul Fire retreat is a 2-day retreat. And right now it's $33 and the price is going to keep going up. So if this, like what we've talked about here, you are looking for those shifting techniques, you want to help eliminate that overwhelm and stop yourself from shutting down and avoiding, then the Soul Fire retreat is for you. Just type retreat in the comments and I'll get you that invoice link so that you can sign up for it. For $33 for a 2-day retreat is killer to get this information, to get the tools and start shifting yourself from these frequencies, or what I call from those shit shows to the rainbows, right? I just use rainbows because it rhymes, but from the shit show frequency to the peak personal power frequency. Now, there is a lot in between these two frequencies, but taking that action is what's going to start getting you up there. So all you need to do is shout out retreat in the comments, and I will shoot you a message and get you that invoice for the $33. And then I'll get you all the information on the Soul Fire retreat when we have it so that you can join me live and to learn these tools for shifting. But for today, I wanted to get your mind wrapped around these 3 things that happen, these 3 phases that actually are the different levels of you not paying attention to these signs that are out there, these things that are like, hey, they're right in front of your face and you're not thinking about it. Okay, I got it. So it's kind of like you run around putting out these fires, put out that fire, put out the fire, put out the fire, put out the fire, right? And you've put out all these fires. And then before you know it, now you're like, oh my God, you know, like so frustrated, so stressed, so upset because you were just focused on putting out the fires and you weren't paying attention to the frequency, the compound effect. And now you're in the spiral. So the key is to shift. Now there's tons of different things that you can shift, to shift. But for right now, it's not as much about what to do to shift as it is about being aware of the frequency that you're on. So that's what I want you to focus on. And you know what's really crazy? This happens a lot at this time of year. This is the time of year where the compound effect takes hold. Well, the frequency, you get on it and the compound effect takes hold so fast. And the reason why is because you go into this time of year with like that heightened level of stress and like, oh my God, there's so much to do, so much money that I'm going to be spending, so many gifts to get for people, blah, 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 blah. And you get on this frequency of that the universe is like, okay, more is coming to you. So you go into this time of year with that frequency. And so it creates that energy. Not everybody goes into this time of year with that, you know. However, it's easier for you to shift to these not wanted frequencies faster because there's a lot more stress, right? Hanging out with family that you don't really want to be around, you know, hanging out with family that stresses you the fuck out. Like all of these things create that frequency that you get stuck on, and then it makes room for everything else. So maybe you commit to going to this family event and the warning, like, hey, you need to do some shift work, is that family member that you always get in a fight with, or that they're always negative, or that they're always nagging, or whatever is going to be there. So is that your clue to not show up? Like you're not going to it? Is that your clue to clean your energy, cut cords, do some inner work before you go? Shift frequencies before you go? Like, what is it? What is it telling you, right? If we could just get more aware of the signs, you never make it to spiral. So what I would love for you to do is shout out in the comments, what was something that you loved about this? Like a quick aha moment that you took away from this. I would love to hear, whether you're on replay live with me, throw it down in the comments. If you would love the link to sign up for the Soul Fire 2-day retreat, it is lifetime access. You'll have access to the replay. If you can't make it live, you can shout out retreat in the comments and I will get that to you. We are live here most Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern for the weekly Soul Tribe sessions, where we are going into different topics and aspects. This entire month of December is all about personal power. We are talking about how to increase your personal power, what is depleting your personal power, and getting clear on the different things that are happening in your life that are zapping your personal power that you're not paying attention to. Hence today's topic of being all about the spiraling. Next week, we are talking all about your willingness, ability, and capacity. So make sure you join me at 7 p.m. Eastern. As I always say, give yourself some grace. Say yes to yourself more than you say yes to other people. And always remember, it's about progress, not perfection, in all that you do. I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Soul Fire podcast. I truly appreciate you taking out your time to be here. I would love it if you would subscribe and share. And at the end of each episode, head over to community.soulhealingzone.com. Again, that's community.soulhealingzone.com, and share with me, what was your number one takeaway? What really connected with you? What got your fire lit? What was something that you absolutely loved about this episode? I cannot wait to continue creating more episodes with you, connecting with you, and helping you through this journey on this thing called life. I'll see you later.